Welcome back into the Fantasy Football Lab. It has been a minute. There's been health. There's been other things. How you doing, Nate?
Good, man. Yeah, health stuff, crazy stuff going on. We both at some
You
point
know,
during the last couple weeks have sounded like we're dying.
yeah. And we were about to record last week, right before I went on a camping trip and everything. And my family, I had been dodging sickness for weeks because it was just kind of cycling. Two different sicknesses cycled through my kids and my wife, and I was like, I had a little bit of a tickle at one point, but for the most part, like I made it through. Was really good about taking like zinc and everything and hydrating and all that. But I was sleeping like crap. And finally, my brother flew in from Kazakhstan through Qatar, and he brought along something that my body had never seen, and it took me out. But I went through that, went camping, slept like shit camping, and then
I'm surprised
my
he
wife
still
called
went.
me. I mean, my one buddy, my one buddy flew in from Rhode Island, so it was like I wasn't gonna not go, and he's flying
Right.
all the way in, so I powered through. I ended up feeling kind of fine by then, but my sleep was still rough. And my wife called me while we were camping and said, "Hey, I noticed you took some of those hydration packs. I want to remind you, we've talked about this, but it's been a while. Those have caffeine in it." I forgot that even existed, so what I had been doing is taking my nighty-night tea right before bed, and like one or two of those hydration packs. So I was trying to be a responsible adult. I would take one in the morning, in the middle of the day. I'd just be like hydrating, not realizing that I was basically just taking nighty-night tea and 3 shots of espresso every night before bed. And that's why I couldn't sleep forever. And my brother, I found out once he had gotten here, was taking them too for the past week. So it ended up being just like my body didn't know what to do.
Yeah, it was utterly confused. What do you want from me is what your body is.
I know. I told her, why? I didn't even know that existed. We should throw those out. She said, that's what you said last time. I said, okay. I was really screwing myself over.
Yeah, clearly your memory is also impacted by those, but fine.
My memory has a hard time as it is, but we are back. We missed part of it was that like our last Thursday night going to the future prediction was utter crap. We were really confident after 2 weeks. It was crap. So we might do something on our own and split like broke. Monday night and Thursday night. The time machine broke. The flux capacitor is effed capacitor. I almost got me. Today though, we're gonna look at the fantasy football rankings and do it by redrafting for the rest of season, because a lot of stuff has happened over the first couple weeks.
It's been nuts.
We've learned a lot. There's been a lot of injuries. Last year, there's almost no like core injuries. This year, it's been quite crazy. So we're going to see where we feel like everybody lands, how we feel like we would have, a mix of like where we would have drafted people had we have known, but really looking at it from rest of season. Where are we going to place people? This is also a really good like trade calculator like experience, because no matter what you think of somebody, when it's time now and you're really looking at the rest of season, we're talking redraft, then it doesn't matter where they were originally drafted. And this is like the time of the season where that kind of breaks from where they were originally drafted.
Yeah, that's a good decision point, right? Like, how many weeks do you wait? You drafted someone because of name capital. You drafted someone because of what you believed about them. How long before you give up on what you believed about them, like your own take or the appropriate draft capital? Like if I spent a second round pick on somebody, how long before I give up on them? Like how many weeks before I say that, like, I'm willing to trade this for a 4th round person or a 5th round, like, or whatever that looks like. I'll take pennies 100%. On the dollar for this guy.
Yeah. And no matter how much it hurts, you got to just kind of cut the line sometimes. All right, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about who we're going to each pick one person that we feel like has been one of the more major busts in our eyes. And I was torn between 2. I thought you were going to pick the other, but you got a different one, and I want to hear your reasoning. But first, we're on a road to 150. I actually don't know where we are. I think we're at like 130 or something. But
we're still at 130.
Subscribe. Yep. Yeah? Okay. Well, that's fair because we haven't put out videos, so not mad at it. Go ahead, subscribe, share it to people. and then comment mostly, because especially with this one, and then we're going to do another episode really about we kind of need your help on, because our keeper league is broken, and it's been broken for years, and we're trying to figure out really how to fix it. We'll talk about that on another episode, but leave the comments, have those discussions with us. We respond to everything. First, though, a word from our intro.
Welcome to the Fantasy Football Lab.
Perfect. All right. Who's your bust?
Oh, we're going to me first?
Because you said it right before we started recording, and it shocked me and hurt my feelings.
Yeah. This one, maybe because it's impacting me a little bit more now, and I'm hoping it turns around. Like, I'm putting this into the universe this week, coming into week 5, because I need week 5 for this to bounce back. But my current bust, and I have a lot to say here, but my current bust is Derrick Henry. All right, hear me out. You drafted Derrick Henry, potentially as your RB1, and in 1 week, week 1, he came out the gate swinging. He got you nearly 30 points. Phenomenal. You felt great.
Yeah.
And if you look at his season average, that skews the whole thing. But in week 2, he got you 2 points. In week 3, he got you 10. And in week 4, he got you 7.8. That's okay. He's well under the RB1 numbers. He's not even an RB2 in this situation. He's giving you maybe flex consideration, and you're only starting him because of his name, and you'd be an idiot to put him on your bench right now.
Would you put him on your bench?
No, I wouldn't bench him. You wouldn't bench him. You have to start him. And because you have to start him, and he keeps hurting your feelings week after week over the last few weeks. And I don't know what the Fumble-Rooski is going on. Those first 4 weeks or so, right? But 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Game impacting fumbles are happening.
I hope you look real silly this weekend.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
It's personally,
I'm hoping. And with Lamar down, Cooper Rush in, I'm hoping they lean on him a little more. And can't be a confidence issue. But after 3 games in a row, I'm not pretending to know the mind of a NFL running back, especially named Derrick Henry, who I would never in a million years say anything negative to his face about. But hopefully it's not a confidence issue. And if it is, hopefully it gets worked out going into this week against Houston.
Okay. But let's be fair here and put a little bit of light on it. The number 1 rush defense in the NFL is the Cleveland Browns. No matter how we feel about the Browns as their back office or their offense, their defense is insane. Detroit, I think, is number 2 or 3. So they played Buffalo. He played Buffalo, killed it. Then Cleveland, and they've shut down everybody. And then Detroit, same thing. And then Kansas City. I actually don't know where Kansas City ranks on it, but those are at least those 2 there are pretty aggressive defenses to go against.
Sure.
So I'm hoping, I feel your pain, and I'm hoping that that's what this is.
That's fine. But in 2 games against Cleveland last year, albeit
but they've been different. They've always been good on that, but they've been or they've had good years on it, but this year
I'm hoping you're making me feel better about this, because I am starting him. I need him to do better for me.
Okay.
Especially in a league where I've been winning in spite of him, but now I need him because I lost Lamar in that league.
Yeah. Yeah. So I one thing that we should throw out here is we're not counting injury people. Yeah. Obviously, Neighbors is a pretty big bust, but that's not fair to count that. But it's also another piece of that is a Lamb who's injured. He's hurt my team less than my pick, which is Jamar Chase. I was torn between Jamar Chase, AJ Brown. AJ Brown, it's almost a stronger pick because I can't point to why it's not happening. Chase, I know exactly why it's not happening, and I know exactly how long this guy is going to be in this situation, so it's not good. It's insane how dramatic the drop is without Burrow. I forgot who said it. I saw it online somewhere. It was a quote of a player, but they said, if you really want to see the truth of an offense, take their QB1 away. And for Cincinnati, they're gone. It's Burrow. They've got amazing players, but there's just not enough there to support it. He was the 101 in many leagues, if not 101, 102.
Most.
And you have to put him in. Lamb, I'm not going to put in because he's injured. Well, and Chase is there, and I have to put him in, and it hurts every time. I think in my Dynasty League, I've been about anywhere from 30 to 50 points under projection every single week. So if I'm not up by 40 or 50 points against my opponent, I feel like I'm going to lose, which is a weird statement.
Weird place to be. Yeah.
They just keep under, because I have Henry there too. And then I have Bowers, who's also been underperforming. There's so many people that are just having an issue right now.
Yeah. I mean, look at the consensus number ones of each position, or arguable number ones, right? We're talking about Jamar Chase. We're talking about Brock Bowers. Talking about Saquon, right? Like Saquon is Saquon. And then Lamar just got hurt, right? So like Saquon's numbers haven't been phenomenal either. They've been all right. They've been okay. They're not blowing anyone
It's not
away.
like yeah. All right. Well, that's the sad stuff. But let's pretend like we actually get to make choices in week 5 or so. Is it week 5? Right? Yeah.
Remember we talked about this a couple weeks ago. We were talking about season standings so far, and we were really somber about it. So positive attitudes. We're looking good. We're looking forward.
We're doing great.
Rest
Everything's
of the season.
fine.
How are we resetting for the rest of the season? There we go.
I'll tell you how. All right, we got 6 rounds to do. We'll do at least 5. We might do the 6 as well. But we're going to do a mock draft and selecting the players that we feel we would want in order of how we would want them, not looking to build a team. So you'll see that Nate and I have like the 1-2 pick or something like that. We're going to pick each one in the order, so it's just an easier board for us to do some kind of ranking for. So that being said, let's jump right into it. I should turn off these. This is the professional part here. How do I make it quiet? There we go. All right. Let's start the draft. All right. I'm already tilting.
Not building a team here, boss. Just
yeah.
Ranking one. Come on, man.
So I'm going to select Jamar.
Stop. Just stop.
Bijan is still going to be he was my number 1 ranked running back. This is actually more of an emotional safety pick here, where I'm much like, he was my number 1 to start with. And I want to just say that, some things we knew. Some things were correct. So I'm going to pick,
Yeah, I mean, he's playing like he was the number 1 guy. Someone that fell back quite a bit, not fell back, but maybe fell off the radar from being the higher up on the boards because of quarterback play and worried about his quarterback's back. But know that I have a very hardcore love for this guy. So Puka Nacua would be who I would rank there. I would even take him above Bijan just for the lean on wide receivers.
I would consider it.
Yeah, so that I think he's the right call there for sure.
You picked Puka Nacua. Yep. You argued for a possible 101 Puka Nacua. I think they're about tied in my view here. I would not mind that at all.
Yeah, dude's getting like 10 to 12 receptions per game. Clearly, he is the stalwart of that offense, and everyone else is just at his party. So, shout out Kyren Williams, who I spent all of my fab on. But anyway, let's continue on.
I will take Jonathan Taylor next. That's been not a surprise. The level has been a surprise, but in one of the leagues I traded him. I took him at the end of the first or so in like a keeper, so it was more like the mid-second. And then I traded him like the first week to just take a shot at something bigger, and it failed. And I didn't know that was going to be a normal thing that he does. But the potential is always there. So Jonathan Taylor is my 3rd favorite player. I agree with the first 2. What you got next?
Yeah, I agree with Jonathan Taylor there. I think we go back to a little bit of chalk here with Jahmyr Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Is this
like
where you're
just
going?
like Bijan. Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs is where I'm going here. Got 3 running backs in our top 5 here, but it just like Bijan, he's playing up to standard, and that's a lot to say. He's not getting hop skipped over. Maybe Jonathan Taylor can make that argument. And I think a lot of Jonathan Taylor's success is thanks to Daniel Jones and what he's able to bring to that offense. I'm with you on putting him above Jahmyr, but Gibbs for me, nothing much to say there other than he's doing what you expect him to do.
My next pick is another running back for the top 5. We've got CMC. I'm okay with the injury risk. He seems to be. I love all the memes. Have you seen them out there that like CMC is just sucking the health out of his teammates, and they're just going down one. He's just consuming their health. But I'm willing to take that risk on him.
Yeah, he's by the end of this season, he will have played wide receiver, probably some tight end, probably play some quarterback. Yeah. At the end of the day, like he is the offense.
He is, and it's not the first year that they've had to do that, and it somehow works. They somehow beat the Rams. I don't get it. Who's your pick here?
Amon-Ra St. Brown. Don't know why I'm going lion, but that's what I'm doing right now. Amon-Ra St. Brown, again, another player doing exactly what you expect him to be. He's outside of that really scary week 1 where they played Green Bay, deciding to be the best defense that ever existed for a week. He's been crazy. 40-point game the week after that, and then well over 20 points the subsequent weeks. So no reason to think he's going anywhere. He scored 26 points against your Cleveland Browns, so we'll keep him rocking.
He sure did. I'm torn on this next one. I'm between 2 players. You're going to do the same thing that you did on the first one and the last one, which is pick whoever I didn't, that I was like torn between. I'm actually going to try to remind myself by looking. No, I'm going to do it. God, that's so tough. This one is really tough. So I'm torn. I'll just tell you who I'm torn between.
Okay.
I'm going to pick JSN, but I was really torn between Justin Jefferson and JSN here.
Yeah. I think. Wait, are you picking one? JSN is probably where I would go there too. And even in the next round, I'm torn between Justin Jefferson and Nico Collins here, mainly because with Justin Jefferson, he's got Carson Wentz for another week. McCarthy's eventually going to come back. And it did not look awesome.
Yeah.
We always have said that both him and Jamar Chase are quarterback agnostic, but maybe not so much. Right. So I'm a little nervous about that. At least we know what we're getting. Nico has been consistent with CeeDee shot at the helm. But no, I'm gonna go Nico. I'm gonna go Nico. So you can pick both your guys.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. It's so funny to see these all ranked. Like what I'm selecting from is just ranked by ADP from right before the season.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's making it tough to figure
Justin
out.
Jefferson's the pick. Nico got Justin Jefferson. I will say this about St. Brown, actually, to go back to your pick. I always have said that he's like the AJ Brown, the new AJ Brown, where he's phenomenal and not sexy.
Yeah.
He's getting a little sexy this year.
Yeah.
He's getting a little sexier. I'm pretty in. You've got a solid team there. All right. Justin Jefferson was mine, so this is off to you.
Oh yeah. Fired back to me, huh? Here's where you kind of go into the name value, folks, right? Like I can't. How far back? Jamar Chase is underwhelmed. There's no doubt about it. In most weeks, he had one crazy week, just like we've talked about with other folks, with Derrick Henry, with Jamar Chase. And I think this is where both of those guys kind of land for me. So I'm on the fence about.
I don't know if I have Chase in the first 2 rounds.
I'm going to go 3. Yeah. Then I'm going to. Is this Drake London territory?
for you, man. All right, there's some. Do you want me to throw out some names?
Sure.
All right, so some consideration that you could have is you got James Cook. Do you believe that it's real or not? Is the question. Barkley, do you believe that after last year and a slightly slower start, which one's true? And can he do what he did after that much of a workload last year? So that's a consideration. CeeDee Lamb's coming back. Achane's there. Bowers, I would probably do like McBride before Bowers, but you got Warren, McBride,
100%.
Bowers.
I think I'm going to go pick one of these two guys. I'm between two running backs right now. And I think I'm going to go Achane just because I traded for him. I'm waffling between Achane and Jacobs coming off of a crazy game. And that's indicative to the rest of the season. So between Josh Jacobs and Javon, Achane,
I think it is.
I think I'm going to go Achane here. He's someone that we talked about a lot in the offseason of he could be your number 1 overall, or he could be your 15 or out of your top 10, and neither would surprise us because of the possibilities. I don't think any of us saw Miami's offense looking like what Miami's offense looks like right now, but Achane's still been consistent.
I'm going to do the other. So I was going to pick whoever you didn't pick there of those. Josh Jacobs, I think, is a legit top 5. So, yeah, I'm happy to have him on the team. Achane, a solid pick as well. Again, you took 5 minutes to tilt on pick 10, pick 12. You're already back.
I hate you, man. Please give me a second to think, bro. No. Honestly, I think I can't. Saquon's got to go here. I can't push him back any further.
Okay.
So I'm taking Saquon here. The rest of the Eagles' offense is been sketch. Sorry. The wide
they
receiving
also figure
game,
out it's probably going to help them even more.
Saquon, they still got to push Jalen's doing all right, so that was unfair. And Garrett's looking good. Their wide receiver core has been sketch.
It's true. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what to make of it. All right, so over to me. I've got to give this man the respect that he deserves. Yeah, I'm going to go James Cook here.
Okay.
I don't know how he's doing it. I did not believe this is probably one of my biggest. I was wrong. Quentin Johnson and James Cook, but Quentin Johnson, at least there was like no one that was on board with it. There were James Cook truthers at the end, and I just didn't believe it. And I don't know if I still believe it. This is me just saying, like, I gotta put my own feelings aside here. James Cook is the pick here. He had like a 7-point. I don't know what it is after last week, but I don't think it changed. So two touchdowns a couple of years ago. Last year, 18 total or something, I think, with receiving and rushing combined, but mostly rushing. And then it was a 7.5% of the touches he had were touchdowns, which is just astronomical. And with that huge jump in touchdowns, you're like, not repeatable. And then it was to the 0.1% the same this year through the first 3 weeks. And so it's probably similar for 4-week included. I don't know what's going on. He's a magic man, and I'm going to let him cook on my team.
See what you did there. Would it be cooking any lamb by any chance? Because I think this is where I'm going to input.
That's a good choice.
Lamb here. So I'm going to drop CeeDee Lamb here. He's still out for week 5. Should be back soon. And I think, George Pickens doing George Pickens things right now. Jake Ferguson's having a phenomenal year. I think that all goes to helping leave CeeDee Lamb some opening that people have to account for both of those guys going forward. They've proved it. They can carry without him. So he's just going to come back to taking a lot of that target share back and having some space to do it. So looking for him to jump right back on.
I cannot bet against this man. And he's showed me this year that he's done it. And he can do it still. I believe in King Henry. Here I choose King Henry.
Yeah. Like I said,
would be willing in that moment to take that risk.
I'm hoping you're right. I really am hoping that you're right.
Once I selected that, I immediately thought of two other players that I probably should have picked first. But let's see if you grab one of them. Who are you picking with number 9?
Number 9. Still too early.
Neighbors?
Yeah, Neighbors here. And through the rest of the year. Be great.
My dynasty team got slapped in the mouth.
He'll still outperform Jamar Chase.
And AJ Brown.
Super sketch, dude. I can't believe those numbers from those guys. I think for me here, I would be going.
Do
you know what? I'm gonna trust.
Say you were wrong. Go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna say I was wrong. Maybe.
Do it.
You think I'm gonna go with the rookie that I've been hating on?
Yeah. Over your rookie.
I think these guys are back to back.
I think the left tackle of the Raiders going down is bad.
I think the left
we should
tackle,
probably say the names.
Right tackle, and okay, we are in the place where now I think we're in the realm of our rookie running backs that we were also nervous about for 3 or 4 weeks. But since this is a re-ranking of the rest of season, and they're coming off of phenomenal weeks where we can see what's ahead of them, I have to put Hampton first. And this is where I'm going to say I'm not going to say I was wrong, but the situations have occurred that have made me right. That made you right. My biggest concerns for Hampton coming in was that 1, Najee Harris was there. 2, they didn't traditionally throw to the running backs with how great of a line we started the season with in Chargerland. Herbert was going to have all the time in the world to throw, and we can just run down the gut, and that was what he was going to be used for. We have lost Rashawn Slater. We lost Joe Alt. We lost Mekhi Becton. All monsters on that line that we saw last week that Herbert got hit like 9 times. He's having to get the ball out of his hands very quickly, which caused a lot of throwing to the running back, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Alt's out for another couple weeks at least, and that's going to become a habit of the game. Harris, unfortunately, went down for the rest of the season. Hampton is the right pick here.
That felt really good. I didn't want to say a word. I didn't want to interrupt. I just wanted to hear that. And he's on top of all that, he's really good. He's good.
carrying guys on his back. It was insane.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's good. It's good to be wrong when you're wrong about the player that is on your real football team that you root for. So it's a good consolation prize there.
It's very true.
How bad is Bucky Irving's injury? I think it's probably just like a week thing, because that's what I'm looking at here.
Good question. Sprained foot.
I'll go Gentie because it's about tied for me. I think Bucky is probably a better choice here, and I would consider Bucky above Hampton too, but the injury puts both Hampton and Gentie. This is so cute. I'm gonna pick your running back. You picked mine. All right, cool. Gentie's in.
I hate life right now.
And then now you get to choose.
Well, I mean, let's first recap that Gentie had a similar outburst that Hampton did last week, and hopefully we see more of that. But
Totally.
There's a lot more uncertainty.
Totally.
I think in that offense for sure, other than the Chargers offense, which is what puts him above.
I was trying to trade for him everywhere. I got bailed out in my chopped league because that's when my neighbors gave me too much whiskey while I was drafting. And I picked all of the rookie running backs. And I mean, I think I've got Gentie, I've got Hampton, I've got Judkins, I got Scadaboo, and it like super worked out. I got bailed out by a lot of other players going down.
Yeah.
All right. We got Gentie, Hampton, then Gentie, and then who's your pick?
I know you were mentioning Bucky, but I think this is where I'm going to go. I think this is where I'm going to go, Drake London.
Interesting.
Wide receiver to pop in there. I want to say, and this is me maybe speaking more into life because I've got a lot of investment in Drake London in multiple leagues, 8 leagues this year, and I've got him all over the place. I think what we saw in week 4 is more to come. We're in a bye week right now, so we'll have to see it play out, and they are playing Buffalo when they get back. I'm slowly talking myself out of this pick, but I like what we saw out of the offense. He, Bijan, and Pitts all paid out in week 4, and so I think Drake London's going to be right where middle of the second rounds where he grabbed him. I think he's going to live up to that expectation the rest of the way.
Garrett Wilson is mine here. I would have chosen him over London, but I understand it. I don't think I have to say much. I'm surprised that it's been. I think I'm surprised that it's been as consistent as it's been. The only rough week he had, I think, was when Fields went down. Right? It was like the week Fields went down, and that causes him. He wasn't playing well to begin with, and then it also causes a little bit of confusion there. So I think, I think I'm happy to place him here. He's been a stud every other week. All right.
This is where I'm grabbing our first tight end off the board, but to your point, I'm grabbing Trey McBride.
Are you grabbing above him? Okay.
Yeah. Carroll's probably the worst person for injury reporting and information for what's going on, but that dude's knee ain't right. Bowers, I mean.
Yeah, something is going on there. I respect the caution there. I hope he takes his seat this week and rests. Especially, I have him in Dynasty, but I did also have my backup set in Sleeper to Tonjes, who scored 15 points. So that's kind of why. I'm like, that's more than you've been scoring. So that's the problem. Take a rest, buddy.
They're happy to put him out there as a decoy because every defense knows he's their best pass catcher.
Right. Yeah.
And Carroll even said, I think today I saw that he, even though he's hurt, they're just trying to give him rest over these last 2 practices. That's why he DNP'd, but he still plans on playing this weekend.
I'm torn. I was gonna do Bowers, and now this conversation talked me out of it a little bit. I'm gonna do him soon. If you don't take him next, I'll probably take him after. But the man that I think I have thrown the most ridiculous trades at in Dynasty over and over and over and over again, and I just cannot. It will never happen. That man. That also, I think it's a little bit of a compliment because I even tried to trade pretty hard for Woody Marks multiple times before he did that game last week. And then after, I upped it by quite a bit, like a Derrick Henry or a Ben, what's his name? Out of, why am I blanking on the Arizona running back? Who's now on the AR?
Trey Benson.
I'm getting nothing for him. But this is Egbuka. I've tried harder than any other player, I feel like, to go get, and I just cannot get him off of him. Nobody can.
Yeah.
He's a stud.
He is phenomenal. And I love what Baker said about him. Like every time he goes up for a one-handed catch, he's like, he's got to stop disrespecting my passers like that. But he's coming down with like, 2 hands on my balls here. Yeah, language. Anyway.
That's going to be a 2-second shorts.
Yeah, I feel it. I've immediate regret. And no way to clean it up. The only thing I would say that makes, since we're doing rest of season for Egbuka,
sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. Jeez. Between this and the thing I said a couple weeks ago, with this being a rest of season ranking and not dynasty ranking, we still haven't seen what it looks like with all of them out there. But he is a rock star. I think he earns that second round pick if we were re-ranking for the rest of the season. But with Godwin just coming back, we don't know what that looks like. And Evans coming back, I think soon.
Mm-hmm.
We will eventually
it's a hamstring,
see
but yeah,
the
it
trio
can linger, but yeah,
out there. Yeah, the dude looks like a beast. I mean, I'm not hating on the pick at all.
Who are you picking with the 210?
I think this is where I feel Bucky Irving is probably going to go because it looks like he could be back week 6 from the injury. So I think Bucky Irving's the right call here. 2 Tampa Bay folks.
Honestly, if I had remembered he was still there, I might have taken him over Egbuka, but that's a good pick then. I think here I will pick Bowers, like I said I would before. We already talked about him, and we're getting a little long, so we can just kind of power through. Bowers is the pick there.
All right. Gentie, now getting harder and harder to track on this thing about who's left.
Right. You could do your second Ram.
Kyren.
Or Devante.
Yeah, I think Devante's probably a safe bet here. I think we go Devante.
Devante it is. Yeah, I think that's another one that surprised me, but I also left room for it because it's him. So I get it. But yeah, that's a little surprising. All right. I guess on the turn it doesn't stick with you, so I'm less prepared than I thought. Davante Adams is a safe pick there. I think there's a player that I should not be picking this. I will not pick him this high. I'm gonna go. Part of me wants to do AJ Brown because I feel like it cannot be true what we're seeing. It's got to be better than this. I'm gonna go Kyren. I think he might be needed a couple, or maybe he should be after a couple more people, but maybe it's recency bias also. But he's a good running back. He's solid. And if I got Kyren in the third round, I think I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, then this is where I would go AJ Brown then. I think you're right. Like, the thing about him is that these guys have got to figure this out soon, right? He's given us one good week in week 3.
Yeah.
And so you can't keep it. There's nothing wrong with their offense. They're winning games. Things are falling into place, and for them, so I think it makes sense. Wow, that early, huh?
A little early. I am a Browns fan. This is not a homer pick. I've really just I believe in the Browns scheme for running backs, and he hasn't. And I've had him on my bench, and to be fair, in Axed, where it's like your team is unbelievable, and I haven't been able to play him in there. And I put him up when he was going against Green Bay, and then when he's going against these other, and he keeps just doing it. And I think that matchups have been pretty tough, and he's doing it. I don't think a suspension is coming. I think I would be happy to have him in the third round. Some players that you might look at here is you got McMillan, you've got Odunze, Sutton, Walker, Javonte Williams.
Here. I'm looking at Flowers here between Flowers and Odunze. But I think Odunze is the right call here because part of my heart hurts because I let him go.
Yep.
But I traded him for Achane. So Odunze here. He's looking like the answer amongst all the crazy amounts of pass catches they have. He is the clear number one option.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. I'm going to follow that one up with somebody who surprised me. I'm rooting for Javonte Williams. I think it stays. I don't know if it's going to be at this level, but I think it's like I was in a very hard sell position with him early in the season, like sell high. But I don't think that's necessary anymore. I think I was wrong on that one, and he's just seemed pretty solid.
Here's where I'd go with T-Mac.
Yeah,
McMillan is someone to consider here. It's scary in Carolina, for sure, but he's still the number one option.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm going to go Walker here. In redraft, I do value the running back over the wide receiver. There's a couple people I like there, but if I was coming back around, I'm in third round and I picked one or so, or maybe a tight end or a wide receiver or running back. It would be awesome to have this as my second running back. Even if I didn't have a running back yet, Walker is a number one I'm good with. So I think it's a solid pick here.
All right. I'd go Travis Etienne to follow some.
Yeah, I don't believe it. That's the one that I was wrong about, and I still think I'm right about.
I'm loving that I was on the fence and made no rash decisions in the offseason about him.
I think you should make some decisions right now, to be honest, in Dynasty and get rid of him. But if it doesn't work out, there is no coming back from it.
Right.
Right
but
now, there's at least 3 people in every league that believe it's real.
He's got the reins right now, and he has done nothing to concede the reins. So I think we're okay, but you're right. He is still on my block, by the way, for all of you listening.
When is Rice back? 7?
Week 7, yeah.
And when is their bye week? Let's see. Their bye week is 10, so you're missing 3 weeks. I think it's... yeah, I would do it. This is rest of season, so this is starting in week 5, 6. Yeah, I'm going to go Rashee Rice. They need something there, and he can deliver it.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is off of very recent news, so this is going to be a surprising pick, but I would put Breece Hall here.
Yeah.
With Braylon Allen going down, he's going to be out for a while. That clears up the backfield a little bit, and dude's still a talent.
Is Braylon Allen having surgery and out?
I think 8 to 12 weeks was the...
No.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, I mean, okay. I'm not making light of a serious injury. Let's also remember that these are millionaires.
Right.
But if you fumble at the goal line and then the next play...
Oh, dude.
Maybe it was karma. No, that's not right. Okay, I'm going to move forward.
Well, I'll explain Kyren from Thursday night. Anyway, go ahead.
Did he get injured?
No, but Kyren fumbled at the goal line. It was the end of regulation.
Yeah. Sutton is a gross pick.
Talk about not sexy.
Here. That's the least sexy I could do. So that's what I was really aiming for, and I think I nailed it. All right, what you got here?
Because he's surprising us, I'm putting Tyler Warren here.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, I just.
That makes more sense to me because I was actually going to do that too. I was thinking, do I do it within the next few picks? I thought you meant Warren from Jalen Warren from Pittsburgh. All right, Tyler Warren, I like. Yeah.
Did I say Jalen?
You did. No, I was thinking of the other one.
Okay. Tyler Warren. No. Yeah. Scaring people, man. No, every year there's been a rookie that has been the guy for the tight ends, and this year it seems like it's going to be Tyler Warren. While other tight ends are disappointing. So If we get at least one rookie every year, this is him.
All right. Yeah, that's a good pick. I'm going to do the Eat My Words pick of the draft. I think he's their number one.
Listen.
I think he's above Lad.
Listen. Weeks 1 through 4, he has definitely been number one. And for a couple more weeks. Here's what happened. And maybe I'm grandstanding and making this go way longer than it needs to, but I just out of principle, and I'm tilting now, Lad's my pick. And yes, I understand that in the rankings of how they've done so far.
I didn't even process that I picked him before Lad.
Yeah. What's that?
I didn't even process that I actually picked him before Lad and that he was still available too. Yeah.
So QJ and Keenan have outperformed in receptions and touchdowns so far. Lad has outperformed in routes run. Here's the deal. The entire summer, everyone thought what you thought. QJ, Keenan's past his prime. He had to come running back to the Chargers after an up and down year in Chicago. QJ doesn't have hands, can't catch the ball, right? Every defense in these first 4 weeks has been planning for how they're going to take care of Lad McConkey. So he's not been a star of that offense, but QJ all of a sudden has hands, and Keenan is not lost a step. So I think defense are going to adjust. There's going to be a three-headed monster. I don't think any of the three are going to be awesome. We're not going to get Lad numbers from last year, right? Which is why he's come into round 4 versus round 2, where you probably picked him up in the beginning before.
Is he going to go in round 4 somewhere?
What's that?
Would he go in round 4 somewhere?
Lad? Rest of season, that's what I'm saying. You might have missed it in the freaking out about it, but Lad's going to be my pick here out of principle.
Well, that's not a good pick.
Rest of season. I made a rest of season bet last year.
Not a good choice.
I'm not gonna.
Should we do rest of season versus Harrison just to pay respect to our bet last year? Marvin Harrison versus Lad McConkey rest of season.
Harrison's looking good all of a sudden, though.
I know. See, that's how little confidence you have in Lad.
You know what? No,
you shouldn't have.
Let's do it. I'm here. Let's do it. We can
rest
record
of season,
it later. Rest of season numbers. McConkey versus Harrison.
Receptions. Okay. Oh, that's gross. I didn't really want to do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right. Okay. Bucket. Here I take, because there's one person I would probably take over this person, but it's close. But I just want to be the one that does it. Who do you think I'm taking?
Here? Is this your Scattaboo pick?
Scattabooya!
You son of a monkey.
Dude, he does a backflip every time. He is the most fun running back to watch that I've seen in so long. And there are so many fun running backs, but this guy is just fun to watch block. He doesn't care about anything.
It's literally watching a pinball machine. Dude, when he goes out there,
best.
No one runs like this anymore, I feel like. And it's just
he's quickly becoming one of my favorite NFL players.
Yeah. I don't know what it speaks to the length of his career.
Fair, super fair.
But yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to go unsexy here again, because this is probably where I would grab DK.
Yeah, I was between that, and then I remembered something because the list I'm looking at that I made is probably not very fair to the quarterback position, and we probably should have at this point picked. So I'm gonna right here. I'm gonna go Josh Allen.
Yeah, you're right. How do we?
I think it's because my normal draft strategy is to just skip those guys anyways.
Yeah,
the early ones, but we should probably do a run on quarterbacks.
We're staring at a draft. Well, we're staring at a draft board, right? It's like so. it's hard for me to disassociate putting together a draft versus ranking just the rest of the season.
Totally.
I'm with you. Yeah, you're 100% right. Josh should have gone way earlier. I think he is obviously the number one quarterback of all those taken. But I do feel like in that same vein, we probably should have grabbed Lamar by now too.
So that's your pick here.
Yeah. It's just we're paying penance here.
Yeah.
Our quarterbacks should have gone sooner.
Just a quarterback run is about to happen here. I'm actually gonna go Jaden Daniels here.
We're just cleaning this part up.
Our bad.
Our mistake.
It's a Hurts. Probably not. Maybe
probably needs to be Hurts here.
Okay, then we're done. There's no one else for a bit. All right, that was a good quarterback run. I'm going to now choose. Let's see.
Disrespected an entire position. We're out here picking tight ends.
I was looking at my kickers. I was distracted. I was trying to figure out which kickers I would go for.
He's that's being real, people.
Gosh, here I'm really torn between betting on talent. So Pickens is solid. Lamb coming back, is he going to do this same thing? I don't know. Brian Thomas is not doing well, but I still believe in him.
Right. But yeah.
And then Waddle has such an opportunity. But it doesn't feel good anymore, but I think it's more tied to just how long we've been waiting for it. We should probably give him the benefit of the doubt here. I think I'm going to go Jalen Waddle. I think he's got the opportunity here to. Yeah, it's just he's a good player with good opportunity. I don't know if he's lost anything or not, but I'm just going to bet on the downside. His floor is pretty high.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle was a good way to go there, for sure. Without the pending Rashee Rice return, I'd been looking at Worthy here. Until you brought that up earlier, I totally forgot Rashee Rice is coming back soon. So with that in mind, or is this a Jamison Williams time?
I would personally do Brian Thomas and Pickens over Williams, but
we haven't picked Pickens yet.
No, that's what I said on the last one where I was debating between him and Waddle. Okay.
I was just talking about how good Pickens was doing with CeeDee Lamb. Yeah.
Yeah, the only reason I did Waddle before is because the opportunity and Lamb coming back. I don't know how that looks yet. So I was between those three. Brian Thomas is my pick after that.
Okay. Makes life a little bit easier here. Or does it? Actually, let's close it out on those Chargers, and I'm actually going to put Keenan here. He's still going to be the red zone threat.
Okay.
He's the Charger guy. He's the end zone guy. He's going to get the touchdowns. He's third in Keenan all year, so this is the Keenan spot.
Okay. All right, let's do just the fifth round left we're going to do, and we're going to do a bit of a power round. So we'll go as fast as we can here. My pick is, I just typed in Jason. That's Jordan Mason. That's what I'll pick here.
Yeah, we'll go JMO here.
Okay. Jama and Jama. Joma and Jama. Oh my God.
What if we do?
I'm trying to figure this out, but I'm going to skip that. Ooh, okay. This is not power. This is not speed at all. I did. This is where I would start to consider and reaching for Lad, but he's gone.
So mad. You put me on such high tilt for a second. Oh my gosh.
You went pretty high with Lad.
That was such a homer.
I'm a little worried about I would think about Kamara here, but I'm a little bit worried about Kamara and if they even keep him. I'm going to go down a little bit. I'm going to go Marvin here.
No, it's not bad. He's going to perform under Lad, but that's fine. We drafted in that fashion. I think this is the right place for Kamara. I'm actually comfortable with Kamara here. Even if he goes somewhere, he'd be a fifth round guy, so I'm good with it.
Okay. There's some players like Dobbins that I would consider here, but I feel like there's a changing of the guard happening at running back there. I think Harvey's going to have...
Harvey's coming, yeah.
Yeah.
Harvey's coming.
I think that's an issue. How injured is Jalen Warren?
That I do not know.
He's out, but let's see, inactive. It might be around. It's close. I'm gonna bet this is probably early too, but Henderson is gonna. I feel like it's starting to happen in rest of season. I think by the end, Henderson will have more of a dominant possession over the offense in that running back field.
I'm gonna go. This might be a little surprising, but his number one just went down over there, and this guy has been the gadget player he was for his previous team. So I'm going to pull up Debo.
With McLaurin coming back?
He's still out, though.
Is he?
And even with him, yeah, he's out.
He got ruled out, okay.
He's got some more time, and he
Debo's
also...
questionable.
He's fine.
Just that's his question also. All right.
He's fine.
Ricky Pearsall's mine.
Also out.
Yeah, but that game's that's in the past. He's probably going to play his next one. That already happened.
Fair enough.
Also out.
Also out.
Also, his number one's coming back.
Look.
All right, go ahead.
Anyway, talking about coming back, this is a suspension that I think his name deserves to be up here because we got to talk about him. Rashee Rice, I would put here just because they need a spark plug to go there.
Well, that'd be nice if he wasn't taken 2 rounds earlier.
Did I do that? Did you do that?
No, I did that because that's worth it.
I don't
because
listen
he's
to
only
you.
got 2 games less. Oh my God. This is why we can't get anyone to watch because Nate's not even watching. God damn it, Nate. What? All right. Who do you pick it here?
Jesus. Told you, this is hard to follow me. I guess I would put. Do I put his other person? His weight? I guess we put Worthy here. I'm tilted now.
Is that what you're doing?
Yep. Let's see Worthy.
Okay. I think here is where I would finally do it.
That's so crazy. I think we need to put like All right.
I don't feel good about it.
Re-ranking of the overall setup, we're talking about putting Jamar Chase in the 5th round.
And I don't feel good about it. And honestly, if we were doing a 6, I might have waited till he needs to be on the board out of
Can't
respect.
disrespect him that hard.
Yeah.
Can't disrespect him that hard. Now I'm with you. I know what you said, and we both called out Harvey coming, but I think right now, just for consideration of what he's done, he's still going to be so much lead on. I would put JK here.
Okay. All right. This is my last pick. Gotta make my statements. Gotta make it count. Kittle's coming back like next week, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's supposed to. But it's only the 5th round. That was about where he was anyways. Probably not doing that. Looking down my list. Who do I want to get weird with? I'm going to do it. This is my statement pick. My plant the flag pick. I don't know if it's correct yet. I need to see another week, but Chubb ain't got it. Mixon's not coming back.
He's not
Woody
coming
Mark
back.
showed that he can do it.
And
I don't know how consistent it'll be, but 5th round.
So glad someone traded him to me for $20 of fab.
I know. I just had to clear my team. I don't even have a defense in that league right now because no one will trade for Waller or Warren or McBride. I can't get anybody to trade for those guys. I don't understand the devaluation of these tight ends. Speaking of tight ends, Kraft is around. Up to you. But who's your pick here?
I know he is. I mentioned this name earlier and then forgot he's still not on the board. But I think Zay Flowers goes here. I think he deserves to be someone that you consider.
I thought you did take him earlier. You didn't?
We didn't take him.
No,
we realized we went on that run of quarterbacks that we forgot about.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
yeah, that's a good pick. All right, cool. Well, what was the biggest surprise while we were doing this for you?
I mean, until we put it to paper, you said it earlier. I was considering him way earlier in the conversation, but Jamar Chase, I think after we've said this, now I have to change my opinion of where we started at the beginning of this episode of who the greatest bust is. I mean, how is it not Jamar?
Yeah,
right.
He's healthy, and we are putting him 5th, 6th round.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the biggest consideration. One part of it is our fault that we completely forgot about quarterbacks somehow.
But I wouldn't have. It's also how I rank players and how you rank players, and naturally, I wouldn't be grabbing anyone in the 2nd. I would push to the 3rd, but I know that people are willing to go that high in the 3rd and 2nd, and some in the 1st. So I don't think it's that much further than what I would personally rank them anyways.
Yeah. I think the biggest winner so far for folks in the first four weeks of the season, and I know it was like early in our draft here, but most folks were grabbing Puka at the end of 1st round or into the 2nd, but he's like clearly in route to potentially be the number 1 wide receiver overall for the year. So it was a good value if you were able to get him in the 2nd round.
Him, Josh Jacobs, and JSN were some of the biggest like top talent risers. Yeah. I think the biggest surprise for me outside of the ones we've already mentioned is just, man, I don't know if, okay, I'll say Hampton. I'm pausing because of injury, but the talent itself was there, but just seeing it so consistently for a few weeks, that has been a surprise when I picked him before Gentie. When I'm looking at those two together,
mm-hmm.
I thought of Gentie higher than Hampton, but when it came to actually making that choice, I really leaned towards Hampton just by a little bit. But the fact that I did at all was probably one of the bigger like choices that surprised me during the draft. And then Quentin Johnson above Ladd, and then Ladd being 3 rounds early was a pretty big surprise for me.
It's a surprise of the tilt guy of the Charger homer that's on this episode.
Where would you have rethinking this? Where would you put Ladd?
I will say, I wouldn't be surprised if rest of season his value is a 4th rounder, because I think defenses are going to adjust. I realize I'm stretching this out, but no, the reality is probably he would be behind Keenan for sure. You would go, if we were going to order rest of season based on their performance so far, just those three receivers is QJ,
sure.
Keenan, and then
it's so weird.
Lad. And it's so weird.
Would you take Jamar Chase or Lad first?
I'm still taking Lad first here.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still taking Lad first, yeah. Because we've seen what's there with Lad and Herbert. It's gross right now for Chase.
I mean,
and
Chase has scored more, I think, almost every week than Lad, right? Yeah, pretty much. It's that bad. And then Burrow's coming back to the playoffs.
Outside of the 36-point week for Jamar, they're comparable.
They've both been crap. Okay. All right. Well, that's been that. We'll try to record something soon about our keeper piece, but this is the one for this week. Let us know what you think. Other than if you would take quarterbacks earlier, who would you have slipped into the 5th round? Where were we crazy? There's definitely a couple picks I can point to that were all love, like my Scattaboo. But let us know in the comments. We respond to everything that comes our way. And then share this with one friend that likes fantasy and likes nerding out on fantasy. It's a pyramid scheme. Share it to 2 friends, and then they share it to 2 friends. And then we'll all be, I don't know. I have nothing to say.
Obviously, neither of us have been a part of too many multi-level marketing schemes.
Yeah, that's probably good. That's probably good. I didn't know what to say.
We don't know how this works.
How does it work?
Something
I've been at the bottom. All right. It's been real, man. Good talking to you again. We'll be getting more consistent back on it. We're healthy. Much love.
Yeah.
Holler.
Absolutely.
I forgot the sound, but